Good morning, Reinertson. Happy Friday.
Good morning.
Wow, what a great week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how are we going to start this awesome day?
By standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Perfect.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, nice work, everyone. Today is day B, and for lunch, my favorite, cheesy French bread.
Ooh.
The cold options are turkey sandwich or chef salad with a roll. And of course, salad bar, something from home.
Yes, and if it is your birthday today for Friday, January 19th, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Please come down to the office to receive a birthday pencil.
Awesome. Well, we have a short little video for you today about our monthly theme of empathy.
Yes, so we have Mrs. Gladue. She's reading a story to the students, and the story is called Stand in My Shoes.
Ooh, I love that. That is a great way to think about it. All right, well, let's take a look.
Good morning, Reinertson. Happy Friday. This month, for our monthly theme, we are focusing on empathy. How many of you know what the word empathy means? Awesome, a few of you. Empathy is understanding how someone else might be feeling and kind of putting yourself in their shoes. To better understand this, I'm going to read you a book that's called Stand in My Shoes to help us learn a little bit more about empathy. Emily, this is the fourth time you've barged into my room. I'm trying to study for a big test. Just want to talk to you, Emily whined. Alicia closed her book and said, "Can't you have a little empathy?" Emily had no idea what her big sister meant. What's empathy? Empathy is when you understand how someone else is feeling because you imagine what it's like to be them or to stand in their shoes. People are grateful when you notice how they feel. I'm worried about my test, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd scram so I can study. Emily was grumpy as she left her sister's room, but she thought about what Alicia's words. Would people really appreciate it if she noticed how they felt? The next morning, Emily went to the kitchen for breakfast. Her dad was making coffee and had spilled some coffee grounds. He didn't look very happy. "Dad, are you in a hurry?" she asked. "Yes, sweetie, I have a big presentation at work and I need to get going." Emily found a wet dish rag. "You look tired, Dad. How about if I clean up the coffee while you get your other stuff together? Would that help?" For a moment, Emily's dad just looked at her. Then he hugged her. "You are the best, Em," he said, and grabbed his coat and hurried to the back door. It was drizzling outside as Emily waited for the school bus. As it pulled up, one of the older kids accidentally knocked into a little girl as she was getting on the bus. Rosie lost her balance and sat down hard on the wet cement. "Hey!" yelled Emily. "Watch out for little kids." Then Emily turned to the little girl. "Well, that's a yucky way to start the day." "I'm okay," Rosie replied, but she struggled with her heavy backpack. Emily took Rosie's hand and pulled her up, then helped her onto the bus. In class, Mrs. Fitch was not her usual laughing self. After the morning writing lesson, Mrs. Fitch went back to her desk instead of walking around the classroom like she usually did. Emily noticed that her teacher's eyes were red and that she wiped her nose on a tissue. "Mrs. Fitch, is there something wrong?" "My little dog Buster died last night," she said quietly. "He was very sick. We were hoping he would get better, but he didn't." "Oh no," Emily said. "I'm not sure how you feel, but it has to hurt." "It does. Thank you for asking." In the cafeteria, she noticed Mrs. Waddles struggling to lift a tray of steamed vegetables into its place on the serving line. "That sure looks heavy," Emily said. "It is," Mrs. Waddles said. "I get a workout every day when I serve lunch." "It's quite a load of stuff," Emily said to Mr. Redmond as he pushed the cart down the hallway. I just hope I don't run someone over." Emily decided to walk in front of the cart, yelling in a loud, clear voice, "Coming through! Art cart, coming through!" "Get out of my way," Tommy said as he pushed Samantha, Emily's friend, out of line. "It's my turn." Tommy did this a lot at recess. Tommy, how'd you like it if I pushed you out of line when you were waiting your turn? Probably not good, Tommy replied. I love the tire swing. Samantha loves it as much as you do, so don't push her and try to take cuts, okay? Sorry, mumbled Tommy as he walked to the end of the line. When the seats were almost full, Rosie rushed onto the bus, out of breath. Oh no, there isn't a place for me. Emily nudged Samantha and asked her to slide over. Rosie, you can sit with us. I can? Thanks. When Emily got home, her mom asked, How was your day, Em? You look deep in thought. I'm fine, but I'm wondering about something. What's that? You always seem to notice how I'm feeling. It's part of being a mom. But how about you? Who notices how you're feeling? Asked Emily. Wow, Em, said her mom. That's a very thoughtful question. I guess the answer is Aunt Carla and my friends, Nancy and Shauna, and mostly your dad. Sometimes Alicia, and now you. Why do you ask? Just wondering, said Emily. I'm starving. Is there anything good for a snack? Let's make something together. It was almost bedtime. Emily could see Alicia studying in her room. Instead of barging in, Emily knocked on the door. Can I come in, or are you busy? You look like you want to talk, said Alicia. Come on in. I've been noticing how people feel, Emily said. You know, that empathy stuff. So what happened? What did you learn? People really like it when you recognize how they feel. Just noticing seems to touch their hearts. You got it, Em. But there's something more. When I care enough to notice how others feel, something changes inside of me, Emily explained. It sounds like you enjoy that feeling. Yes, I do, replied Emily. Good. Now get out of here so I can study. So think for a minute. What did you notice? What are some things that Emily did to show empathy for others? How did her showing empathy help everybody else feel, and how did it make Emily feel? When we can understand and recognize our own emotions or emotions in others, it helps us understand how someone else might be feeling, and recognizing and acknowledging that can be really impactful for the other person. So as we continue to talk about empathy, look for ways that you can help other people by showing them you understand how they feel. If you have any questions, always ask myself or your teacher. We're happy to help. I hope you all have a great week. Thanks, Reinertson. Bye.
Ooh, that was really good. I love that.
I like how she learned a lot from that.
Good perspective.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just a quick reminder that when we are on our recess times playing on the hills, just make sure that we're not in front of classrooms that are instructing. I know they're fun to play on, but it can be distracting for some of our students.
Yeah, so we want to stay away from the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Remember those zones. And then also that also pertains to like the morning active. We don't want to be banging on any windows.
And we can talk about more detail about that next week.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. On that note then, it's a great day to be awesome. It's a great weekend to be awesome. Let's make it awesome together, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.